I have a biography that Van sent me of all of his accolades, and this man has so much. So, I mean, like pages, I mean, just what he's done. But I'm going to introduce him from the heart because that is how much I adore this man.
Oh, thank
and
you.
it's what means more to me than all of his successes. Than he MCs every single event. He has mentored thousands, and I mean thousands, of real estate agents, of people. He has given so much of himself, and I would not ever be able to do him enough justice by reading this beautiful biography that he sent. What I want to tell you is everybody in town, he's an icon. He's an icon in, you know, we all know Warren Buffett. I think Van Deeb is right up there, right?
Right there. Parallel.
He's right there.
Right there.
He has made
My
such
head's going to be like, I won't be able to get out the door, Dylan.
And he has the energy. And we have recently, I have known Van for years because I've been in the real estate industry, but we have connected on such a deeper level, mostly because he interviewed our mother. He allowed us to bring our mother on.
Love her.
And what I learned from that interview was how much he loves people and how much he loves his family and how he was brought up. And that to us is the most important. We know he's made millions of dollars, changed thousands of lives. But we want to talk just real candidly with you today, Van, if that's okay. The greatest of the greats, and then some lessons, because you're a legacy, you're an icon, and we need to pass this information down to even more people. So thank you for joining us.
Oh, my gosh. I'm honored to be here. I'm a big fan of both of yours, and I love your mother. And you guys are making everything you said about me, I could say the same thing about the both of you. So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I love that. I love heartfelt introductions versus reading a bio.
I like
So
that too.
Thank you, Amy, for kicking us off, because I think questions are always a great way to get things started. And a great one to start with is if someone followed you around for a week right now, this young, sweet Van Deeb, what would they say is attributing to your success? What would they see if they followed you around for a week?
I would say my communication skills with people. I want to make everybody I talk to, I don't care who they are, what they do, what their place is in life. I want them to know that they're important and that they matter and that they're not alone. And that's what somebody would say by observing me over a week's time.
I love that. They may also say you get up at 4:30 in the morning, hit the gym. That's why he looks so damn good at.
No, actually, it's 4:15. But
Yeah, you're like, we're not.
You are. I mean, you do make people feel seen and heard, and that is such a great trait about you. But also, one of the things I've noticed about you is your dedication to your discipline, and again, the 4:15 in the morning. You're also still building real estate businesses for. I want to say for shit's sake. Can I say that? I mean, you're not done yet. You're not done yet. And I love that about you, because you do know that you need to continue to be out there making people, feel seen and heard and building them up.
And have you always loved people? I mean, if somebody followed you around today, that's what they would see. Would you say that's true?
No, I would say I've always loved people, but I didn't show it the way I show it.
Okay.
I was selfish, and when I first got in real estate at 22, 44 years ago, I was more about me. I always treated people well. I've always had a conscience that I wanted to make sure. I never wanted to go to bed at night, even with my staff. If I feel like I wasn't my best self to them, I can't go to bed without. I would call them, somebody in the company, and say, "Hey, sorry, I wasn't in the best mood today. You're so valuable to this company." It's just. My conscience would not allow me not to be the best version of myself. But I learned as I've gotten older, you need to let people know. It's like you guys have been on my radio show. And I always ask everybody, has anybody inspired you in your life? Has anybody mentored you? And 99% of the people will say, yes, this person did. My next question is, have you let them know? Well, I'm sure they know. No. Have you actually called them? If they're still with us, or have you gone to see them?
Right.
We need that more than ever. People feel like they're on an island. They may not come across that way. They may put on a facade. Yeah. We don't know what they're going through at home. We don't know what their financial situation is. But we do have the God-given ability to show them that they matter. And I think that should be everybody's mission. You know, one of the things I do when I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror, and besides I'm going, dang, am I getting old?
I thought you were going to say, dang, am I hot still?
No,
I still got it going on.
I wish. But I say to myself, Van, today you're going to inspire somebody.
Yeah.
And I've already got it in my head. And I know you two are the same way. That's why we all love each other and get along so well. And I could see you guys every day because you both give me energy. You just do. I love being in your presence. But if we don't make those statements to ourselves, and I believe in manifestation, I believe in visualization. If you say it enough, I'm going to inspire somebody today, it's going to happen. And it may be the smallest level, but I had a guy come up to me at church, and he come up to me in the hallway, and he said, you know, I don't know if you remember this, but 30 years ago, and I'm going, oh, boy, I don't remember yesterday. But he said, 30 years ago, I come up to you after you gave a speech, and I said, I want to go out on my own someday, but everybody's telling me not to. I'm an electrician, and I'd like to open up my own business. And he goes, you took me aside, and you said, if anybody can be a successful business owner, it's you. I said, I see it in your eyes, and I know you're going to be successful. Don't listen to anybody else. Follow your heart. And he came up and he said, I did what you told me, and I've got this big company. And then he brought his wife over. He said, hold on, I want you to meet somebody. So he brought her, introduced her, and she goes, and he introduced me as, this is the guy I've been telling you about all these years. And he started crying. And I mean, that to me is validity. When I know it has nothing to do with money, nothing to do with, oh, now this guy's been making $15 million because I helped him. I want to impact people in just the way that they feel about life. And we all have that ability. I'm not saying that to talk, well, because I don't have any special powers. I'm just a guy that made a decision. I want to be good at real estate. I take that back. I made a decision I wanted to be great at real estate. Yep. I didn't want to just be good. But I want to be impactful. My legacy, he made me feel like I matter. Yeah. Because people aren't doing it. They're just, and it blows me away. What does it cost to make somebody feel important?
Oh my gosh.
Nothing.
Yes, nothing. And yet I know just from doing shows with you that you have such a very cool upbringing. I love that. Yeah. Family is everything to you.
It is. Yeah. And not that I want to pass away soon. But I can't wait to be reunited with my family. I had the best aunts and uncles. My mom had 9 siblings. We grew up in Kearney, Nebraska. At the time, was probably 20,000. It's a college town, as you know.
Love Kearney.
Yeah, yes, you do. But family's everything. I love, and you create family.
Right.
It's not just what you're born into.
Right. Chosen family.
You choose who, the people that are your best friends. I tell my best buddies all the time that they're my family.
Yes.
And that you love them and you give them hugs. And, people need to know that. But I think you create family as you get older.
That is something you have done so well. I mean, like if people were to ask or talk about you in Omaha today, they would say that you have created a family. You've created community for years. Yeah. Going back to the mentor, who was the greatest mentor in your life?
I follow preachers. Mm-hmm. Even in my wild ass, even in my craziest days, I've always followed preachers because their messages were always motivating to me. Yeah. God gave us this ability. Now it's up to us to utilize the skill set that he gave us. So that's kind of the message. But, I read a book, and I remember because it's the only one I've ever read. No, I'm just kidding. And
By the way, he's an author. Did I mention he's an author?
I've written 6 books, but I always say that, I think my GPA was probably one of the lowest in university history, but it was all by choice. We all make choices.
Exactly.
You want to be a good student, you will. If you don't, you don't. But I read a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's still today, it was written in 1947, I believe, still today the #2 all-time best-selling book today. But there was a phrase in there that I can remember when I first read it, and it said, if you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. Yeah. That has stayed with me. Mm-hmm. What that says to me is if you can picture it in your mind of where the place you want to be. Maybe it's, financial success, or maybe it's a father of 5 kids that are all healthy and happy. And if you believe that will happen, now it's time to create the discipline to achieve it. Mm-hmm. Yes. And everything is a discipline. You guys know that. Yes. You guys wouldn't be as successful as both of you are without creating a discipline. And that's doing your thing, making the phone calls, staying in good shape, feeling good. It's everything is a discipline.
When do your best ideas come to you?
I'm a morning guy.
Yeah.
And I'm one of these, I keep a pad and pen by every table in my house, along with a set of my cheaters, my glasses.
Right. We're there now, too.
People make fun of me all the time because there's like 10 sets of glasses everywhere in my home. And they're all $14 cheap.
Costco.
Yeah.
Walmart.
But so I used to get up just with a thought in the middle of the night, and I'd write it down. Now I just get my phone. Hey Siri, record this. But I forget ideas, so I have to remember. I have to write it down immediately because it's frustrating when you go, oh man, I had a great idea and I didn't write it down.
I love that you. I know that's another thing we have in common is just morning people. I love that, and it wasn't necessarily it comes to me in the shower because we hear that a lot. But morning, I love morning.
Think about it. When you go to, let's say you go to a gym or you go meet people for coffee, slackers aren't hanging out at 5 a.m.
Amen. I know.
So you're with your movers and shakers, and I was one of these, and I'd go to the gym, and I did it for business, not just for my health, but somebody would ask me a question, because they would say, hey, I see you got a listing over on Jackson Street. Well, I may be 10 feet away from him. I'd back up another 20 so everybody could hear me. Well, let me tell you about the house on Jackson Street. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You know anything? Would you like to see it? I'm like, it's like, so I was a little annoyed. I figured I'm going to pay for this gym membership.
Absolutely. I'm going to look good and get it paid for.
What is the greatest piece of advice anybody's ever given you?
It would be my mother, who was my best friend. She would say, you are your own worst enemy in life. Mm-hmm. So the way I understood that was anything good happened to me, I had something to do with. Anything bad happened to me, I had something to do with. And, it's all decision.
Oh,
everything we do, making a decision to have this awesome podcast, this awesome show you guys have. Everything we do is a decision. And even when I pray, like every time I pray I always make up my own prayers. I mean, I grew up where it was a traditional Lord's Prayer. And I'm just totally doing my thing when I'm praying. And I always throw in the prayers, please God, help everybody at this table make good decisions, because I know how important it is. Everything we do, the smallest to the biggest, it's based on that's going to create what's going to happen next. And I don't know, I haven't always made good decisions. That's why I'm so strong on promoting it. I want people to know my failures just as much as they know my victories, because that's how we learn.
Right. So what is your biggest failure?
Not buying a crap load of land when I first started selling real estate.
Right.
When Omaha only went to 90th Street.
Oh, my gosh.
I would have shoveled a lot more driveways and mowed a lot more yards if I would have known what I know. I don't know if I have any. My biggest failures. I was thinking more regrets, but my biggest failures would probably be.
Or lessons that you've learned, like
it's hard for me to come up with because I know there's been a ton.
Everything happens for you. You don't look at it as probably.
Well, I mean,
it's a lesson.
I'm the captain of my own ship.
Yes.
I mean, I have overcome failures because of my work ethic.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me tell you this. So I would consider this in a failure category. I couldn't spell the word balance. I didn't
Yeah.
know how. I didn't know
Yeah.
what balance was.
Yes.
When I got in real estate, I became addicted, and I
Yeah.
saw the fruits of my labor.
It's easy to
And going
do.
from a guy with $500 in his pocket, I had the most loving family in the country, but we didn't have any money. We never went out to eat. If I wanted a car, I had to go mow yards and shovel driveways. If I wanted to go to college, I had to be good at football, which was just okay, so I got a partial scholarship. But I paid for my own school. So, I mean, I knew what, so I waited tables when I went to real estate school to pay for it. Yeah. And, so I would say that, that the lessons I've learned is if you work hard, good things will happen. Nobody can take away a strong work ethic.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And it's hard to say, is that truly a failure overworking?
Yeah.
I mean,
But I didn't know balance. I mean, my friends are like, hey, we're all going to Okoboji, or hey, we're all going to Branson or Lake of the Ozarks. And I'm like, I thought the world would stop if I left town.
Yes.
And it was stupidity. It was the stupidity with a capital S. So because of that, that's been my mindset. And I love to work. So
yes. So do we.
It
I
brings you
just,
joy.
I mean, if somebody calls and wants to go see a house, I'm still on the streets, today.
Right.
If somebody
Right.
calls and wants to see a house, I'd rather do that than do anything else.
right. Right.
That's my jam. That's my happy place. And that's why I try to encourage agents, find a way to make real estate fun.
Yes.
Because if you do, and I think it's fun meeting new people.
Right.
Yes.
I think it's fun getting a commission check.
Well,
And you could do both.
I think that's also what's important. We, back when I started too, we all went into the office.
Yeah.
We were always in the office. We kind of all ran around together. We took care of
Looked
one
forward
another.
to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went on the agent tours together,
Yeah.
whatnot. Well, now since there's so many that don't come into the office anymore, you don't have that community, that connection so much. You don't even run into agents. You do everything via DocuSign, things of that sort.
You don't. Yep. It's the intimacy is gone.
Yes.
And that's one of the things I incorporated with our real estate firm. Is we have family dinners every 2 months at my house, and
Wow.
no one's allowed to bring their significant others or their spouses. I did it for the purpose of I want them to
Oh, that's
all get to know
incredible.
each
Love
other.
that.
So that way they've made a personal relationship because of exactly what you just said. Agents don't know each other. They don't know
Right.
who's working at the firm. So everybody brings a covered dish. I have some really young guys from Lincoln, from our Lincoln office, that always stop and get a bag of cookies at Hy-Vee. That's their fun. and I love it. But I want people to know that they're loved, they're cared for, and they're family. And so we call it a family dinner.
Oh, I love that.
So knowing that you started a real estate company years ago, scaled it, and then sold it,
Yeah.
you're doing it again now. Where was that? Kind of explain that journey to me.
Yeah. What
and-
made you want to do it again?
Well, so I was very blessed. I had a great guy that was my right hand man. He started out answering phones at my company and became such a cool cat. I made him assistant manager, general manager, and then I sold him the company. We got up to 400 agents. My first company was Deeb Realty. We started in 1993. Later became Nebraska Realty, and now I don't know how many agents he's got a ton, but he's doing so well. So I sold that, and I was going to concentrate on motivational speaking and traveling the country. But I love real estate. So I never was planned on getting out of it. But then I saw all these agents that I would still do these deals. It was just me, myself, and I out there because I have so many past clients. And they just weren't trained. They weren't motivated. And I was like, I love coaching, but I'm going to put the band back together and have some fun.
Love that.
This company we are not wanting to become big. We got 34 agents, and if we end up with 100, I'm cool. But I want to pour myself in while I'm here on this earth.
Right.
I want to help these people. It's like I had a workshop this morning, and I told them all, I said, I didn't come here for me. I know all this stuff. I came here because I want you guys to know all this stuff. And I want to pour into people, and the best way to do it is work with them. So they're my, I want to build a team. I want to build a company of people that want more, that want to be better at selling real estate and a safe haven. And I'm not going to get into our company, but we got it going on.
Yes,
I love
you
that.
do.
What's your favorite book that you've written? You've written 6.
Yeah.
Is there
Well,
one
I wrote
that
a book
stands?
about my dog.
I saw that.
That
I saw
doesn't
on the bio.
I became a dog owner at 59 and a half, and he owns me. I love this. I've never had a dog, and I've never experienced anything like the joy he's brought me. I mean, this may sound bad, but a lot of times I'd rather be with him than humans.
Yes.
And if I don't want to come across, I'm just being honest. But I love this dog. So I wrote a book about him. But I would say my favorite book would be The Power of Asking, because so many of us are afraid to ask for help. And I love that book because I know what it does for people. You can get it at vandeeb.com. $19.99. It'll be at your house within 2 days. I had to throw that out.
We love it.
Yeah. But
and the power of asking is anything. It's just not real estate.
Yeah. People want. Yeah. So I wrote a book about real estate, that 23 crucial points to guarantee your success in real estate that I really believe in will help you get to where you want to go. But we don't ask enough, and people want to help people.
Yes.
And you can't just be an asker. You got to be that good person that people want to help.
Right.
You can't be a horrible human and say, hey, if you know anybody that wants to buy or sell, you got to be a good human. But this book reminds people, James 4:2, you have not because you ask not.
Right.
People want to help people that ask for it. And you guys have obviously know how to, because you're so successful in your businesses. But people want to help people that say, hey, if you know anybody that wants to buy or sell a house, man, I'd be so grateful if you referred me. Or whatever it might be, trying to do something nice for your kids or whatever. A lot of people are afraid. You're not saying, can I borrow money? Can I borrow a cup of sugar? Can you pick me up at 2 a.m? You're just asking for people to refer you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's my favorite book.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And back to that, to asking, I know as you have bought and sold businesses, or sold in particular, and this is how I got into the business and buying real estate too. Way back when we didn't have any money, my husband at the time and I, and so we had somebody carry back the loan for us. It's called land contract, right?
We did
we
that
had
as well.
to ask, would you carry back the loan for us? Are you in a position to? So all of those different things, and that is how we scaled to millions. And, I think that's how anybody who really has, particularly in real estate, made money, is asking to partner, with.
Exactly.
If you don't ask, the answer's no.
The answer's always no. And I'll give you an example on a smaller scale. So it was a December. I got a phone call from the Nebraska State DECA convention. They said, we're having a big deal at the Cornhusker Hotel in Lincoln, Nebraska. There'll be 3,000 people there for the State DECA convention. We'd like to have you as our keynote speaker. And I said, great, what's the date? Yep, that's great. Okay, yep, I'm available. And I said, what's your budget for a speaker fee? And she goes, oh, we don't have a budget. Matter of fact, we had Tom Osborne 2 years ago. He didn't charge. We had Governor so-and-so. He didn't charge. And so here's what I did. And I had no idea what the response was going to be. I said, well, great. Since you don't have a budget, I'll just charge you my minimum. Yes. And she goes, it was pause. Now, I could have been the biggest idiot on the planet. What a great platform for me to get up and speak in front of my own state. Well, let me check with our board. What would your minimum be? She asked me. I said, you know what? It's Lincoln, 45-minute drive, 1 hour speech, $1,000. I'm good. She goes, let me check with my board. And so I said, okay. So we hung up. I literally talked out loud when I hung up, and I went, you're an idiot. Yeah. Because I was like, here I had this opportunity to be in front of all these people, and I want money.
Yes.
So I just asked. I get a call back 2 weeks later. I mean, I swear I was waiting. I was like, I almost called them. Sorry, I'll do it for free.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yes. That was a joke. I'll pay you.
Yeah.
But she gives me a call, and she goes, this so-and-so. She goes, you know what? I talked to my board. Would you accept $800? And I said, sure. Now, the point in this is
exactly
we don't pay speakers.
Yes.
We don't have a fee. Okay, great. Then I'll just charge you my minimum.
I love that.
Yes.
Right? Like that.
I love that. And it is.
I got $800 out of the deal.
Right.
And
got to be in front of 3,000 people, help a lot of people in Nebraska.
It was awesome. And I love impacting the youth.
Right.
You know, I really love using our talents. Like all three of us should be constantly pouring into youth to let them know that they can do it.
And I also love that you questioned yourself. So if you are somebody, no matter what age you are, even the most confident people are going to doubt themselves and be like, oh God, like you said, oh my gosh, now it's been 2 weeks. I should just call and, you know, and follow up and just say, just kidding. So I love that without a hitch in your giddy up, you said.
Never think you're too big for your britches.
Yes.
You know, and
just be confident in asking because the answer is no.
Yeah.
So,
and all they can do is say no. And she did. And look what I got out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a great, that's a great.
And I think it gives you credibility too.
Yes.
I mean, I've made the mistakes. I can't tell you how many mistakes I've made that prompted me to say what I said. Is I didn't charge. Oh, you know what? You're a nonprofit. Well, you know what I found out later? Nonprofits got a crap load of money.
Yeah.
And so, but I mean, I've made a lot of mistakes and then I'm the one that feels bad.
Yes.
I'm giving all this content. I'm going to make people better in the room, and I'm doing it for nothing.
It's knowing
what I do
your
for a living.
worth. It's knowing your
Yes.
worth. You are very all of your experiences.
Right.
You are
All
worth
three
it.
of us are that way.
Yes.
We should all command a big ticket because we're going to change lives.
Yes.
Yes.
Like people should be paying $1,000 to watch this podcast.
Exactly.
Yes.
And my home address is
the cutest thing, and you love our mom, so
my God.
we love that about you.
Yeah.
But she always speaks at things and always free, and she about died when the church wanted to charge $15 a ticket, $15.
Yeah.
And we're like, Mom, people should be paying you $1,500. You are so good.
Yeah.
And you equip people and you make people laugh and and she just was so scared. But you know what? It's sold out, as we've realized, way faster than when something is free.
Yeah.
Yes.
exactly
That's
right.
when they pay for
Your
it.
mom is a gift. She stole my heart. I would pay to go hear your mother speak.
Thank you.
Oh, well,
I would
let her
Thank
know.
you.
I would
yes. Yes.
I'd appreciate a discount.
Yes.
But I would go pay to hear her speak because she's real, authentic, and she's been through it.
Yes.
And she can motivate people that might be going through things. You know, we all want to. I want to hear speakers that aren't perfect. I
Yes.
want to hear speakers that have been through challenges. You know what I mean? That have been there and done that. I don't want them saying, well, I read about somebody that went through this. No. What did you go through? Why am I here? I want to learn from somebody that's been on the trenches, that struggled, you know.
Right.
And I love that brings me to your masterclass that you have
Thank
coming
you.
up. And I again, you have built 40-some years in the business.
Yeah.
You have done everything correctly. You've made lots of had to pivot too. So
boy.
tell us about this masterclass. It's fabulous.
Thanks so much for asking. So it's realestatemasters.online. I just wanted to create something that will help elevate new agents to become knowledgeable and good about real estate, good agents that want to be great, and great agents that want to be unstoppable. I did 33 modules, video recording, and it's every aspect of being successful in real estate, from start to finish, from how to do open houses, to cold calling, to dialogue with buyers and sellers, to going on listing appointments. And the modules, some are 5 minutes, some are 20 minutes. But, it's the best $99 anybody's going to spend. I've had people that have bought it said, you should be charging $1,000. But I want to make it affordable.
Yes.
I want to make everybody. I want to make the agent that doesn't have any money be able to afford it. There's even payments on there, 3 payments.
Oh, wow.
I mean, so I want to accommodate everybody. But realestatemasters.online, and I guarantee it, and it's a cool thing is it's a community. So people can collaborate and talk to each other inside the class.
Wonderful.
They can say, hey, I'm going on this listing appointment. What would you do? I mean, you get a certificate when you take it. There's some real top producers in our country that bought it, and it really that's an honor to me. But thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
Of course. And I love that you continue to give back. Like, it would be easy for you to be down in Arizona, which I know you are some. But, on the golf course in your, Bermuda shorts or whatever.
Yeah.
But you still, look at the suit, for Pete's sake. Because, he dresses like $1 million.
I know.
Thank you. You guys make me feel good.
Yes.
I just want to utilize my God-given skill set.
Yes.
I don't want to get to heaven and meet God and say, hey, God, thank you for all the skills you gave me while I was on earth. I'm sorry I only used 60% of it. I want to slide into that bad boy exhausted. And I want to make sure I use every ounce of energy, and I don't want to stop working. I know people that stop, and I think things start happening negative to their health. I have to be intentional, and I want to continue working until I can't spell house.
Yeah.
Then
that
we'll
may be sooner.
Yes.
Haosa. No, but I want to continue. How can I benefit people if I'm not in front of them?
Back to why.
And that's you too.
Oh,
that's the same thing with you. Look at all the people that you benefit. I mean, people know who you two are, and they brag about how you guys impact their lives.
Oh, goodness. Thank you.
That does make
Thank
me
you.
emotional hearing you say that. Like, you want to make sure that you don't leave this earth with a dream in your heart, with a song in your soul. Like, you're all in.
You say it a lot better than I do. I'm going to, you say it way better than I do.
But it's I think that's what makes we have so much in common is because that's the way we live, and that's where that passion comes from. And you getting up every day to say, God, who can I bless? Whose life can I impact?
Yeah, I don't want to be, so if I'm your friend, I don't want to be the one that feels great about life by myself. I want you to feel great about life. So it's important to me that I do everything in my power to help you get there. Because we're so, and I always tell people, we all have issues, problems, challenges. Put a scale on it. Scale it from 1 to 10. And I guarantee when you do that, you're going to go, you know what? This thing I'm worried about or concerned about or I can't get out of my head, it's a 2. Move on.
Yes.
But we need people that think like we do.
Yes.
Waking up in the morning, who can I inspire today?
Yes. Well, and we always know if you knew what everybody else was carrying around, you'd run back to your problems in a heartbeat.
Oh, my gosh.
In a
when you're
heartbeat.
alone, and like what you said earlier, nobody goes in the office like they used to. Well, if they do, it's not like it used to be. A lot of people are isolated. They're working out of their house, their home. We don't know what they're going through.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
So, I mean, now more than ever, it used to be you'd give a wellness check call if you haven't heard from somebody to make sure they're okay. We got to do wellness checks daily.
Yes.
We got to make sure people know you matter. And it may be, even walking down the street and instead of looking down and smiling at somebody coming your way, honestly, that may be the only smile that person gets all day.
Yes.
And you're the author of it. You change their day.
We always say eyes up, heart open. Like get your eyes off your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Eyes up, heart open. That's the only way you can see people.
I love that. I really love that.
Thank you.
But you guys get it. And that's why I love listening to your podcast. I love being around you too. We just care.
Yes.
Care more than necessary.
And we have to continue to be around. Just like you said, I've missed you girls. We haven't seen you we saw you a few times. And then, And so make it a point to surround yourself with good energy, with, calling and saying, let's go to lunch and let's.
And you got to be okay saying no to things that don't serve you. Isn't that hard?
Yeah, it is
that hard for you guys. Somebody that thinks the world of you too, and they want to say, "Hey, I want to take you to lunch." Well, I really don't want to go to lunch with you.
Right.
Yes.
I want to help you, but I just don't want to. And people like us, we get asked and the main thing is, I want to pick your brain.
Yes.
It's like, It's like, dude, there's nothing left. I'm 66.
Yes.
But no, I mean, we want to help people.
Right.
But it's so hard to say. And what I've done now is, I struggle with spending time with my family, so I really got to be cautious of that. So I can't meet you for lunch.
And you know what? I love you saying this as you walk into this next incredible season in your life of inheriting this incredible family. But I love that you say that. You can say that as a family of one, as a family of you and your dog, you and your, you don't have to explain, because I think even now where we are with empty nesting, people think
we have,
but
all
who
the time
cares what people think? It's, and I always say that even no, John Maxwell says this in Today Matters. No gives somebody else an opportunity.
Ooh,
so maybe
I like
it gives
that.
somebody else an opportunity to go to lunch with that person and I used to be notorious. Anybody I'd run into from college, since Wesley and Small, like I felt like if I parted ways, I had to be like, let's get together. And I thought, why are you saying this?
You have
so
no
intention
exactly
of getting
like
together.
Me. I have.
Yes.
I walk away going, you idiot.
Yeah.
You know they're going to call you.
Right.
And then you got to go, I'm sorry. I had too much coffee that day. Because, caffeine makes me nicer than I already am. And so it's like, let's get together every day. But.
Right. You don't have to say that. And I think that comes also with age, right? With maturity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And setting boundaries.
But you got to be around people that motivate you and excite you, as well as those people that you want to pour into.
Exactly.
And no, you also have a podcast here at Hurrdat.
I do.
So share your
the Van
with
Deeb
us.
podcast, and it's just it's with mostly business. I think you guys might have been one of my last guests. I've decided that I'm just doing,
Oh,
just
we're
couldn't find
honored.
anybody.
We're honored.
Yeah.
Nobody stood up next to us afterwards.
once you have the best, you can't
Yes,
have any more.
exactly.
And I might have guests once in a while, but I just pick a topic and I go hard on it, and I just really try to instill in people how important this topic is in their life. And so
I love that.
I really enjoy my podcast. And I have a radio show also that you guys were on.
Yes.
On
So much
Christian
fun.
Radio, KCRO, on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Sundays at 10 a.m.
And I love that you do that too, because it is a lot of effort and work, and your energy,
Right.
I learn about people. Like I've
Yes.
had people on from 2 people on Shark Tank. I just had one of our senators, Pete Ricketts. I have had mayors. I've had 3 different mayors on. I've had CEOs of companies. I learn from them. And I want everybody else to learn from them. And I've had homeless people that made something of themselves.
Oh,
It's
course
really
you have.
yeah.
That
And
doesn't
you
surprise me.
got to have a
Yeah.
box of Kleenex on those during
Right.
the
Right.
show. But we all matter. I don't care what your status is. We're all matter.
yeah.
We're
yes.
all God's children.
Yes.
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 For sure. So as we bring this in for a landing, Van, our podcast is called Meet Me in the Penthouse. And as I mentioned earlier, you're just this icon. And I know that there's been challenges and life has not been just easy always, but you have overcome, you have persisted, you have changed so many people's lives. So
you.
as I think of you as being in the penthouse, being at the top, right? You're at the top of anybody in Nebraska knows him, especially in the real estate world. So what does your view from the top look like? What does being in the penthouse mean to you?
A platform to benefit others.
Wow.
I have a responsibility. I didn't start out my life that way. I earned it. It wasn't given to me. I earned the right to be here. And
I love
now I have a responsibility to use this platform to benefit anybody that wants to get better. And I don't care what it is. Better has nothing to do with financial.
Right.
Right.
Everybody's got their own definition of success.
Yes.
But I feel like it's my duty. Where I'm at today is to pour myself into people that want to go to the same place, just want to live a better life. And we all think the same. I know both of you, so I know we all have the same mind. You two are the same way at the top of your game. You pour yourself into people. That's why you're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you're doing this. Meet me at the Penthouse is because you want to pour yourself into people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you already know it. You don't need to podcast to teach yourself.
Right.
Right.
You're doing this to benefit everybody else.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
I love what you're doing, and I love you both.
Thank you.
Thank
The
you.
Feelings are mutual.
Yeah, I was just going to say the feelings are
I want you to
mutual.
adopt
you.
me. I said that.
I-
I told your
Our
mother.
mom would.
I
Yes.
told their mother
Yes.
to adopt me at
Yes.
the last time, and I still haven't got the adoption
And we've kind of
papers.
got, the same olive skin. You could fit into the family easily. Like you
Wait,
easily
what is it?
could.
You are what are
I'm Lebanese.
Lebanese.
Yes.
Yes.
Lebanese. There we go.
So we're adopting you. You're coming to the wedding tomorrow. So you're
Okay, great.
we'll see you there. But
I'll be there. It was so funny because I did look at your mother and said, "Would you adopt me?" in your
yes,
family?"
yes, and she would.
said
and
yes.
so we know you're going to text her
I love
today
it,
and
yeah.
be in touch with her,
Yeah.
and we love that. So thank you, because I don't know if you realize this, but the only man we've had on the show is our dad.
And you.
Oh boy,
Our dad.
I'm way honored.
Yeah.
So we always really were like, let's make it about women, and we only had women. And then with my dad's sobriety, we had to have. We knew we had to have him on, and it was such a special treat because we did it down at the Husker station, so he felt like a celebrity. But honestly, so huge honor that
Huge honor to me.
We're having
I did
you.
not know that. Thank
yes,
you.
yes,
I'm really grateful. That
Yeah.
means it really means a lot.
well. You operate at Penthouse frequency, so thank you.
I just love you guys.
Thank
so
you. We love you too, and we love our listeners. Thank you, everyone, for listening on whatever platform that is, and like, subscribe, and share this with somebody that you know would make a massive difference. Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Meet Me in the Penthouse. And we would love to have you follow us at www.sistersnextdoor.com.
Anywhere that you listen to your podcast, please feel free to give us 5 stars because we know you're going to find us fabulous, and pass this along to any friends that you know would enjoy this episode.